That Terminator is out there. It can't be bargained with. It can't be reasoned with.
The body of work of James Cameron today speaks for itself, but it all began when he got the reins and the budget to create a vision of his own that will propel not only his career, but the career of Arnold Schwarzenegger. But is the movie any good? Let's find out. I'm Meffistoe. Like, share, and subscribe because this is my review of the movie, The Terminator.
Nobody else comes through. It's just him and me.
Known today as an innovative director, James Cameron's The Terminator remains a seminal work in the science fiction genre, not only for the gripping story and the narrative, but also for its pioneering of visual effects and the creation of an IP franchise. Yet another franchise that got established in the greatest year in movie history, 1984. Released on that year, this film introduces the audiences to a version of a dystopian future where the machines and humans are at odds, and that theme echoed through the decades in cinema history. But on a personal level, we'll put Cameron on a science fiction path that will push certain aspects of filmmaking on the blockbuster scale for years and years to come.
A computer defense system built for SAC-NORAD by Cyberdyne Systems.
The story of The Terminator puts us straight into the action, introducing us to the world of 2025 AD, explaining to us about a war between the humans and the machines without giving us too much info, which will come a little bit later. Cut to today's world of 1984, where we see a strange man pop out of nowhere completely naked and behaving very robotic. He manages to pick up clothes from a local thug and later on guns from a local store.
You can't do that.
Wrong. And then we see another figure, somewhere else in town, but he seems more like in a hurry and in that process almost gets himself arrested for vagrancy, but he resists his arrest and runs away.
What day is it? The date?
12th May, Thursday.
What year?
The two men are seeking a girl named Sarah Connor. The first tracks down and kills two ladies bearing that name and in search of the other. The second already found her and seems to stalk her. It all comes to a head when the trio converge into the same place, and this is where the second guy reveals himself as Kyle Reese and utters one of the most famous lines in movie history.
Come with me if you want to live.
The movie rests solely on the body of work of three actors and their characters. The Terminator, portrayed by Arnold Schwarzenegger, has become one of the most iconic roles ever. Arnold wanted to play the good guy, namely Kyle Reese, but Cameron saw potential in him, mainly that he carries a thick German accent, and he casted him to his strengths. His performance captures the essence of the machine masquerading as a human that doesn't stop. Arnold delivers an emotionless performance, but with a certain urgency and relentlessness, and he embodies this pursuit. Because of Arnold's real physique, he becomes more of a menacing and robotic character compared to the neurotic and erratic Kyle Reese, played by Michael Biehn.
Nothing clean, right?
Hey, I think this guy's a couple cans short of a six-pack.
You're close. Give them to me.
Biehn, in the character of Reese, combines both bravery and vulnerability at the same time, as he is guided by his own trials and tribulations from his own personal backstory that gets revealed little by little through a series of flashbacks, which are essentially flash forwards, but that's a lot of time traveling talk, which we'll get to do a little bit later. His main motivation is the love that he feels for Sarah ever since he came across her picture, which will be explained within the story.
It's not a man. Machine. Terminator. Cyberdyne Systems Model 101.
And speaking of Sarah, the character is played by Linda Hamilton, which, looking back, had a great year in 1984. The relatively unknown actress had 3 roles in that year. 2 of them are landmark movies, the other being Children of the Corn. Hamilton does a great job of portraying Sarah Connor, a character that starts off really weak and ends up having this massive transformation and embracing her role as the mother to the leader of the future resistance.
This is a mistake. I didn't do anything.
No, but you will. It's very important that you live.
The Terminator was revolutionary in its special effects, puppetry, and makeup, all under the hands of Stan Winston. He combined practical effects, stop-motion animation with the Terminator endoskeleton and the robotic vehicles. And all of that combined was a technical marvel, and it still stands today as an impressive feat for the time. Moreover, the film uses lighting, particularly in scenes of darkness in LA, to contribute to the film's grittiness and the dystopian feel, especially on the flawless transfers between now and the flashback. It is rare to say, but this film's cultural impact is sometimes greater than the movie itself on the whole. The notion of AI becoming self-aware and deciding that the best thing is to wipe all humans because it deemed them a threat is an idea that was replicated in so many movies after this one. This notion isn't really new. Kubrick kind of explored that idea in 2001: Space Odyssey, but Cameron took it from the distant future into the near future. A future that is tangible, a future that we can actually imagine and comprehend. A future that today's great minds warned us about, telling us that it is closer than we think. But it doesn't really stop there. Even though Schwarzenegger played the bad guy, his iconic line,
"I'll be back,"
became so synonymous with the role and the actor itself that was later on used in many other times in his career. If you've never dived deep into the franchise of the Terminator and only watched the later films, I implore you to stop and pick this movie up to watch. This is the origin. This is the foundational story on which many other movies were built, especially when it comes to combining AI versus humans, and on top of that, time traveling and the ripple effect. And this is 1 year before Back to the Future redefined it yet again. It was, and it still is, a technical marvel, but moreover, it's a fantastic story that is well acted and well shot, and it could have been the best one of the entire franchise, but then Cameron created Terminator 2: Judgment Day that picked up this story years down the line. But on that movie, we will talk another day.
His name is Connor. John Connor. Your son, Sarah.
I thank you for watching, and remember, hope is a good thing, maybe even the best of things, and no good thing ever dies. I'll see you on the next video.